Breaking news overnight, the body of an Israeli American taken by Hamas when it attacked Israel has been recovered. 23-year-old Hersh Goldberg-Polin was one of 6 hostages whose bodies the Israeli military found in Gaza. The military says the 6 were killed shortly before the Israeli forces got there. His family issued a statement saying they are devastated to announce the death of their beloved son and brother Hersh. The family thanks you all for your love and support and asks for privacy at this time. Goldberg-Polin is one of the most well-known hostages Hamas took on October 7th. His parents have met with President Biden, Pope Francis, and addressed the United Nations. Most recently, they spoke at the Democratic National Convention.
There is a surplus of agony on all sides of the tragic conflict in the Middle East. In a competition of pain, there are no winners.
The recovery of the bodies of 6 hostages is leading to calls for more protests against Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who many blame for not reaching a deal with Hamas to bring the hostages back and end the 10-month-long war. It's believed Hamas still has more than 100 of the 250 people taken. A third of the remaining hostages are presumed dead.